Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about ePortfolios, what they are, and what we're going to be doing with them next year. So as a lot of you might know, I am currently enrolled at Loyola University where I am completing the Instructional Technology and Leadership program. As part of our program, it's required that we complete an internship. And after conducting a lot of interviews with many of you and analyzing the survey that I had sent out, so thanks again for those who participated, I learned that there's still a lot of us that feel uncomfortable with using technology in our classrooms. Many of you also pointed out that we have a lot of extra jobs to do with very little time, and one of them were that we had to organize those paper portfolios that Jill had asked us to do and required us to do this year. So after speaking with Jill, looking at the surveys, talking to a lot of you just through conversations every day, I have decided that I would like to introduce ePortfolios to you guys. And I know you might be thinking this is just one more thing that you are required to do, but my goal for you is to make life easier for you in the long run. And throughout next year, in 2018-2019, I'm going to be conducting a series of professional development sessions and meetings on how to organize and maintain ePortfolios through the use of OneNote, both with your students and with yourself, along with teaching you guys a variety of tools, and I'll be sharing information with you to help you out with this. So my goal is to make your lives easier while still maintaining and organizing student work throughout the year like we're required to do so. So some of you might be wondering, what is an ePortfolio? Well, according to Morgan and Miller, they state that an ePortfolio is a place where students can collect their work, reflect upon strengths and weaknesses, and strive to improve. Students can keep track of their work and progress throughout the year through the use of OneNote, which we'll take a look at a little bit later. Teachers are also able to use ePortfolios to provide feedback to students where they can easily access it, they can analyze student work, and track student development as the year progresses. ePortfolios are a place where both students and teachers are able to organize their work and evaluate it as they continue to grow throughout the year. So there's a lot of pros to why ePortfolios should be used. As you can see the list right here, I'll kind of go through them a little bit in depth. That way you can see the benefits of using ePortfolios in your rooms. The first one is that every student and teacher device already has access to OneNote, so there's no steps that you need to take besides just setting your classes up in it. Since OneNote's already downloaded on both of our devices, you guys will probably find that it's compatible and easy, and we can use what we already have. It's only a click away, which makes it really easy to get to and to use. So while using OneNote to create student portfolios, you will be able to reserve the results of the students' work immediately. As a teacher, you can see the students using it, you can see their responses right away, and you can provide feedback right on there as necessary. So this will help you see your students' portfolios being developed as they create and add new assignments and assessments throughout the year. Using ePortfolios will allow students to upload and collect their work without having to organize a variety of papers, which probably sounds really relieving. This is really great, but another really cool thing about this is that they're able to include a variety of products into their portfolios throughout the different subject areas. Some suggestions of products that some of you have shared with me is that you can include things in ELA class like products of voice recordings. This is a chance for students to analyze and kind of track their fluency and expression and accuracy throughout the year. They can have a variety of writing samples that they are working on with different writing prompts. They can record things like speeches in order to analyze their speaking skills. And in math, students can record themselves solving problems And they can even use the drawing tools to walk through their steps and kind of explain their thinking. And then they can also take pictures of their work and document their problem-solving skills, which is really cool as well. If there's anything you're wondering about what OneNote can do, or if you have any suggestions on how we can use this in the classroom with maintaining and organizing their portfolios, please make sure to include this in the survey at the end that I will make sure to put the link to. I think this would be really cool to get a whole bunch of different ideas from all of you guys. So in addition, you might find that this is much more convenient than just organizing the files with paper. I've noticed this year that many of the students are asked to create presentations and recordings like podcasts and things like that for culminating events and even checkpoints. So you can't really file this into their portfolios. I've found myself just including the rubrics, but if people come in to take a look at their work, they have to find it on their device, make sure that it's saved correctly, and make sure that they go through all those steps just to find one thing. But this is a place where where you can do two things. You can view these products without having to organize the loads of paper, and you're able to view that variety of products that they create throughout the year. Another great component of OneNote is that it saves automatically. I know a lot of us get stressed when they create things online and they have trouble saving it. So this is really cool because it will be less of a hassle for you as a teacher to deal with helping them save their work. Even if the internet isn't available and the students are working offline, the work automatically syncs once they do get back online, and they're able to find their work really easily. And then one last great component of OneNote is that we're constantly asked to organize and analyze data, but we're also asked to share student work. And this makes it easy to do so. So we can share it with other staff members at our EOL meetings. We can share them with parents during parent-teacher conferences, or we can even share them with the other teachers that they may be working with. So in a lot of our classes throughout my program, we've learned about the SAMAR model. As you can see, this model of SAMAR shows the different levels, which is substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Andrea has introduced this to us in the past years, but I did want to take a quick second to talk to you about why this is important. So first, I want you to take a second and think to yourself, which stage do you think that you're in right now? So throughout collecting information from many of you, it seems like there are teachers in multiple stages. There's a lot of you who use technology at the basic level with your same routines, and you just use it as a substitute for paper and pencil. But there are some of you who use technology with increased effectiveness, and you guys integrate the technology into some traditional practices. So I believe that using OneNote and learning some new tools on it will not only help you to organize and maintain student work, but it may help you become more familiar with different tools and programs, and this eventually might move you along in the SAMAR model. So overall, this may help you improve your instruction while using technology and make sure that we're using it in a meaningful way. So we'll talk about this later on down the road, but I did want to get you thinking about how you use technology so we can improve on this. So there's a lot of us that are going to have to work together and work as a team, and in order to make this work, we will all have to kind of play our part and ask questions along the way and provide me with feedback. So as a teacher, obviously, we are involved with this every day. So it's going to be your job, and I'm asking you to continuously provide me with feedback, ask questions, let me know your thoughts as you use this in your rooms. If you have any ideas, it would be awesome for you to share them as well. That way we can all benefit from those ideas as well. The students obviously are also involved in this as well, since they're the ones completing and uploading their work. So we need to make sure that we keep them in mind and ask for their input as well. So throughout the year, next year, I might be asking you for their feedback and input. That way we can make any changes that we might need. And our admin plays a big part in this as well. Jill and Katie have made it very clear that they are trying to move our school in a new direction for the better. They have a lot of new ideas that they want to implement with us, and using e-portfolios is one of them that we talked about. I've had many conversations with them, and through our conversations I did learn that they are going to make sure that they are available and maintaining that open line of communication for you as well while you are learning the process of using e-portfolios. Andrea is another person who is really familiar with OneNote. So we will be working together to help provide you guys with professional development and resources to help you out along the way. And as this plan continues next year, or starts and continues, I'm going to make sure that I am a good leader and I will be available for you whenever you might need. I will attempt to provide you with meaningful training and encouragement and be available for consultation whenever you might need. I know that starting new projects is sometimes intimidating, so I would like as much feedback, questions, and input as you find fit. So in order to implement this, I have kind of made a quick timeline for you guys to take a look at. So by the end of the year, I would like to send out a survey with your thoughts and concerns. That way I can take into consideration what you guys are thinking about this. I also would like to know if anyone's willing to work with me while implementing this. I think it would be great to establish a small committee of teachers that are familiar with OneNote or are willing to learn and would be willing to act as leaders with me throughout this process. So then over the summer, we can continue to gather information, brainstorm, and become familiar with OneNote and the other tools that it offers that will help us in creating and establishing the e-portfolios next year. Along with this, we'll be determining ways in which to present these to our students. I know a lot of you who teach younger grades might be asking, how are my kids going to do this? But please don't worry. You may just start out using this for your own organization, and as you become more comfortable with it and they get into the routine of using the devices and your classroom routines, you might be able to introduce programs and tools as necessary. And then if you teach the intermediate grades, then we will be thinking of ways on how you can introduce this to your student at the beginning of the year to get started. In the beginning of the school year, when we come back, we will provide you guys with professional development and resources on OneNote, and we will be providing time to set up the portfolios. We'll also introduce ways and ideas on how you can best implement these with your students as well. And then throughout the year, there will be ongoing times for you guys to address any questions you have or concerns you have, or even provide feedback or ideas as you find them. So my goal is to maintain an open line of communication so I can help you with anything that you need help with, or if you have great ideas, we can share them with everybody else. So I sure hope you're not feeling overwhelmed. I know it might seem like another thing being pushed onto your plate, but I think this is going to help us all in the long run. It may take some time to front load this information and learn it all, but there is going to be plenty of time built in at the beginning of the year and even throughout the year for you to explore this program, play around with the tools that it has to offer, and set up your classes and teach your students. If you are curious and you want to check it out, you can go to your desktop and find the OneNote icon. You can find it. It looks like the Microsoft Word icon. It has OneNote with a purple background with the N, and you can take a look at it and play around with all of its different features if you'd like. Since Joe has recommended that we begin to implement ePortfolios and continue with organizing our student work throughout the year, my goal is to provide you with information and resources that you need and make myself and hopefully our tech committee available to help you guys make this easy transition. We definitely want to make sure that we combine everybody's ideas. So please check out the survey at the bottom of this PowerPoint and let me know what you think, if there's any ideas or questions that you might have. That way we can move forward as a team. I am really looking forward to working with you guys next year and helping our school move forward in a new direction.